Yo, what up, dudes? Welcome to the channel. I'm just some guy. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, well, welcome back. Yo, so you know what's awesome today? There's no ice on the steps. Mostly because there's no ice really anywhere. Because it's really, it's been kind of warm. It was almost 60 yesterday, which that's 60 F, which stands for 60 freedom numbers of temperature. Today it dipped back down. It's about 34. So the nice thing is that the ice in my driveway that was previously just a giant sheet of ice has rectified itself. So like yesterday and the day before, it had melted and then it like refroze overnight. So the whole driveway was just this big, like just absolute sheet of ice. Brother, you ain't gotta pee at every stop. Is it your own? You gotta check and make sure that your SMS, your P message has retained itself and other animals can find out. But anyways, we're out here, we're walking around again today. I guess it is a little bit icy right here, but we'll just walk in the middle of the driveway. Not a big deal. It feels good to not be walking on ice because like I mentioned before, when you're walking on ice, it changes the way you've got to walk so you don't, like, you know, embarrass yourself and fall right on your butt, right? So it's good to be not walking on the ice today. So we're obviously on the GoPro. I do think that we're going to keep the GoPro for videos like this because, again, I was looking at my new camera. Man, the thing is chunky, and I think that even if, I don't know, we'll see. I've got to, like, because I want to take that camera out for when I start going to like parks and doing cool stuff in the spring, summertime. But I don't want to, I don't know, I mean, I guess like a, you know, as long as I've got like a short-ish like handheld tripod, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But if I get a much longer one, I'll be a little bit afraid of, hey, come over here to the side of the road, stay right there. I'll be like a little bit afraid of like dropping it and messing it up. Come here. Come on. He always gets like real anxious and awkward whenever cars are going by, so I gotta hold him close. I'm always like worried he'll just like jolt somewhere, and you know, then my dog gets hit by a car. Would not be good, right, Odin? Hey, what are you doing? What's you sniffing over there? Nothing? All right, cool. But yeah, no, I'm feeling okay today. I thought I might be a little bit rough from the lifting yesterday, just because it felt a little bit rough while I was in the process. But overall, not doing too bad. So today, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, so we've been on carnivore diet, right? We're like 4 days in on it. And so first day I had some beef. It was okay. I could have seasoned it better. Second day had some sausage and eggs. Wasn't bad. Yesterday I was like, man, I'm gonna cook up some of this chicken that I bought. And you know, the thing with chicken is that I feel like you always forget how bland chicken is. Like the instant after you have chicken. Because like, I cut it into like strips, seasoned it up pretty okay, threw it in a pan with some oil, and then, you know, just lightly fried it a little bit. And then I started eating it, and like the first couple were good, but then I was like, man, I'm really tired of chicken right now. Like, that's just kind of how I'm feeling about that. But then I'm like, well, I made all this chicken and I put a bunch of spice and seasoning on it, so I can't really give it to the dog because I'm sure that, you know, I didn't like Google search it, but you know, I'm pretty sure that like heavy amounts of hot sauce probably not good for dogs. So even though he wanted it, he wasn't getting it. So I'm like, well, I gotta eat this chicken. So I ate it. It was something. It was something, all right. But I need to find better ways. I think I'm gonna make some soup, some shredded hot chicken soup, which is pretty easy. You know, you just throw a bunch of frozen chicken in the crock pot with some water, some spices and stuff, and you are good to go. And that'll serve two purposes, right? You give me like something to drink, the broth, and then the chicken will at least be very tender, very flavorful, very demure. I don't know if the chicken will be very demure or not. Hey, what are you doing over there? Are we not going this far because you don't like those dogs up there? Come on. Come on. Is that what we're doing? You gotta go to the other side of me though. You can walk on that side whenever we walk back. Yeah, I need you over here. Okay. But so that is the plan of action to find better ways to consume chicken, because I got a lot of it. And yeah, you know, and I think that like doing like sides and stuff like that, because like I bought a lot of bacon and everything with my butcher's order. You know, it's kind of crazy that like I went to the butcher's and I got like 10 pounds of pepperoni, 40 pounds of chicken. I got, I think, 10 pounds of beef, and some other stuff. Oh yeah, I got like a pound, 2 pounds of hillbilly beef jerky, 2 pounds of beef sticks. All in all, I got a lot of food. And it really only cost me like $200. Are you good? Do you want to go back? Do you want to go back? Okay. We'll go back. But it only really cost me like $200. And like, for a single person, like if I'm eating, you know, if I'm only eating a pound of meat a day, which even now is like a bit more than I typically eat, you know, I'm eating for like 2 months off that. Now I know the problem becomes, well, if you live in an apartment, you don't have a chest freezer, you don't have a freezer or anything like that to put it in, maybe you don't have a butcher's or anything close. I understand that. But if you have the option to go to a butcher's, it is infinitely better, and typically it is much cheaper than going to like a Walmart or, you know, whatever that you have, you know, a grocery store. Typically the butcher is always going to be less or the same price for just infinitely better quality. Like, it's to the point where like it takes me about, I don't know if there's a closer butcher's, but the butchers that I've been going to for pretty much the last 10 years is about a little over an hour away from me, and I'll drive it. Like, it ain't even a big thing. And like, one of the cool things is when you go to a butcher's, right, like they've got what's called like bacon ends and stuff like that. It's like the misshapen bacon or like bacon rejects, and like you can buy this stuff for like $2 a pound versus like normal bacon, which is like, I don't know, $8-9 a pound. And like the thing is like you can use this in so much stuff, right? Sure, it's misshapen. Sure, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna wrap this thing in bacon or whatever. Ooh, I mean, even though it's like not too cold, this wind kicked up. Now it's cold. But so you can just dice it up, you know, however you want. Throw it in some eggs, like you probably were going to do that anyways, you know. And so if you're doing a recipe that has diceable bacon, like bacon ends are your most economical, you know, option, instead of utilizing like thick cut bacon or anything like that. You know, you used to get that. The other nice thing is, like, when you go to the butcher's, you can get soup bones for bone broth. You know, and if you got a dog like I do, you know, after you slow cook those soup bones down, well, now you just give those bones to your dog. So he likes them, I like them. I made some bone broth the other day, a big pot of it, so that was really good. It's better than like the bone broth cubes. So it's like, if you can get some of those, even if like you could just make like a small thing of it, like just put it in a pot and boil it up just enough for like a big serving cup, you know, of it. Like, you don't have to make a ton at one time, but I like doing that. And then, yeah, the only problem is that sometimes when you're sleeping and you wake up to go to the bathroom, your dog will have put the bone directly in the path of the bathroom. And so at 3 in the morning, you step on this bone that he's been gnawing on all day. And then you fall over, you hit the wall, and then you're like, bruh, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And so with every upside, there's a downside, obviously. So, you know, it is what it is, though. You know, you win some, you lose some. Just make sure that you put it somewhere before you go to sleep, so you don't have that problem. You know what I mean? So again, I don't really understand outside dogs. Like, hey Odin, do you know that every time we walk past these outside dogs, you need to appreciate being an inside dog? You have a bed that you finally started sleeping on after 4 years. Your food's inside. It's a nice 70 degrees in the office, so you don't have to worry about that. You got a pillow. You have water whenever you want. You know, you get to bark at deer and cats from the safety of the house, from the inside, because you wouldn't do anything to them anyways. So, you know, there's that. But so we talked about a lot about food today. You know, I still find though that like I haven't really been like very hungry at all. So that's been helping. We're kind of stuck in this like holding pattern now of like 273 to 275. But I also think that's probably because I ate like that, you know, whole big thing of chicken last night. I'm sure I'll wake up tomorrow and be like 272, 271. I do need to start like setting, like I need to go back through check all of my goals. I know that I think we were aiming for like what, 2.5 pounds a month, something like that, maybe 3 pounds a month. I'll have to go back and watch that video, but I do want to start sorting out my Sunday videos a little bit better, structure them out to be like, yo, here's where we should be, here's where we are, here's what we did. I know we're way ahead of schedule. I mean, I don't think I expected to start lifting until like, you know, 3 months into the year, and we're already back to hitting the weights. But you know, is what it is, dude. We just got to keep this momentum up, dude. That's just the reality of it. Yo, so this tree that I've got here, I kind of want to take this off so it has like, because it's grown through this thing, right? Like I kind of want to give it more space, but I also kind of like this barrel, and I don't think that it's like holding this tree back at all from living its best life. So I don't know, we'll see. I want to do some more stuff outside this this spring, this summer. Hey, come here, come here. Hey, come here, come here. We gotta thumbnail it. Hey, right here. Hey, come on. You gotta be thumbnail worthy, dude. Here, over here, this way. Yeah, right there. Boom, boom. Thumbnail. Are we good? You want a treat when we get inside? You want a cookie inside? All right. Well, anyways, we're back home. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, fave, subscribe. Bro, you got all kinds of drool all over your mouth, man. Same. But if you like it, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. I'll catch you tomorrow. Take it easy, homies. Peace out.